Then just minutes later, the heart stops. They had no idea, and they never got the chance to discover the truth. What's even more alarming is that unlike the dramatic scenes in movies, heart attack symptoms don't always hit hard and fast. For older adults, it can start with unusual tiredness, mild chest pain, shortness of breath, nausea, cold sweats, or back pain. Many people mistake it for indigestion or simply a natural part of aging. But in reality, those are the warning signs of a heart attack, subtle signals that blood flow is slowly being blocked. If you've ever noticed these signs in yourself or someone you love, it's critical to understand the top 5 real causes of heart attack before it's too late. Trigger 1: Type 2 diabetes, the silent killer in your circulatory system. Through years of working with older patients, I've noticed something deeply concerning. A large number of heart attacks don't happen because of high cholesterol, but rather because of type 2 diabetes that goes unchecked. This condition causes the body to lose its insulin sensitivity, resulting in elevated blood sugar levels that persist for an excessively long period. It may seem minor at first, but consistently high blood sugar levels quietly cause inflammation and break down the inner lining of blood vessels. This lining is designed to remain smooth, allowing for easy blood flow. However, when it becomes damaged, it becomes a perfect place for plaque to build up. Over time, arteries narrow, and when that plaque ruptures, a heart attack can happen within minutes. What troubles me most is how many people have type 2 diabetes without knowing it. They go about their daily routines feeling a little more fatigued, slightly breathless after meals, or dizzy when standing all subtle warning signs of a heart attack that often get ignored. The encouraging part is that this condition can be managed and even reversed with a few fundamental changes. Reducing sugar, increasing fiber, eating more vegetables, and taking a gentle walk after meals can make a dramatic difference. I've seen many patients successfully lower their blood sugar, improve their heart health, and become free from relying on medication. If you're over 60 and have ever been diagnosed with prediabetes or type 2 diabetes, managing your blood sugar isn't just about preventing complications. It could be the key to protecting your heart from an unexpected and life-threatening attack. Trigger 2: Metabolic Syndrome. When your body is crying for help and you don't even know it. Imagine this. Some people don't have diabetes, they don't smoke, and yet they suffer a heart attack in their early 60s. When we take a closer look, we often discover they have something called metabolic syndrome. It's a condition where multiple internal imbalances quietly push the heart toward a dangerous tipping point. Metabolic syndrome is rarely brought up during routine checkups, yet it's incredibly common in older adults. It typically includes high blood pressure, elevated triglycerides, low HDL cholesterol, a growing waist size, and high blood sugar. If you have just 3 out of those 5 factors, your risk of heart disease and heart attack more than doubles. The concerning aspect is that many individuals carry these risk factors without being aware of them. They come to me complaining of constant fatigue, slightly elevated blood pressure, and a waistline that keeps expanding despite eating normally. What they don't see is that inside their body, their arteries are under attack. Inflammation is spreading, and a heart crisis could hit at any moment. I once treated a 68-year-old patient who had no significant symptoms except feeling unusually heavy and not sleeping well. Only after checking his blood pressure and lipid profile did things become clear. His metabolic syndrome was like a ticking time bomb, and thankfully we caught it just in time. The solution isn't always medication. It often starts with simple but powerful lifestyle changes. Cut down on sugar and refined carbs, manage cholesterol, and commit to at least 30 minutes of exercise daily, especially after dinner when blood sugar tends to spike. Some patients also incorporate intermittent fasting and eliminate processed foods to accelerate results. If your waist size keeps creeping up, your blood pressure is rising, or your blood lipids are out of range, don't wait for chest pain or shortness of breath to sound the alarm. That's your sign to get checked and take action to prevent a heart attack in seniors while you still can. Trigger 3. High blood pressure. The silent threat that damages your arteries every single day. There's another cause I often see, yet many people still underestimate it. That cause is high blood pressure. I usually call it the silent killer because it doesn't cause pain or any pronounced dizziness, but day after day, hour by hour, it quietly damages the blood vessels that feed your heart. When your blood pressure is elevated, the force of blood pushing against your artery walls increases. Over time, those walls begin to harden, become inflamed, and turn into the perfect surface for plaque to build up. One day, that plaque may rupture, a clot forms, and without any warning, a heart attack strikes. I've met countless patients who brush off their blood pressure readings. They tell me, "I feel fine, doc. It only spikes once in a while." But the truth is, it's not about how you feel. It's about the numbers. Suppose your blood pressure consistently stays above 130/80. In that case, you're already in a high-risk group for heart disease, especially if you also experience fatigue, shortness of breath, or dizziness when changing positions. The good news is that high blood pressure can often be managed without relying on medication right away. A diet rich in vegetables, low in salt, and free from processed foods combined with regular daily walks and stress-reducing activities such as meditation, painting, or listening to music has been proven to help lower blood pressure. Some people even bring their numbers down just by getting enough sleep and cutting out caffeine after 3 p.m. If you've been diagnosed with hypertension, or you're already on medication but your blood pressure still isn't under control, it may be time to take a closer look at your habits. Treat blood pressure as an early warning sign, because once it gets out of hand, your heart is the first thing that will suffer the consequences. Trigger 4. Obesity. The hidden weight your heart has to carry. In conversations with older patients, one question comes up time and again. "I'm just a little overweight. Does that affect my heart?" The answer is yes, and it affects your heart more than you might realize. Obesity isn't just about appearance or joint pain. It's a serious health risk on its own. It significantly increases your chances of developing heart disease, high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, and ultimately a heart attack. When your body weight exceeds what is considered ideal, your entire cardiovascular system has to work harder every day. Your heart must pump more blood over longer distances with greater force to sustain a larger body. That added strain often leads to fatigue, a faster heart rate, higher pressure in your arteries, and greater damage to your blood vessels. I've seen patients experience remarkable changes just by losing 5 to 10% of their body weight. Their blood pressure dropped, blood sugar stabilized, sleep improved, and symptoms like chest discomfort or shortness of breath completely disappeared. So, how do you start making a change? It doesn't require a strict diet. Start with healthy eating by increasing fiber, choosing whole grains, and reducing sugar and fast food consumption. Pair that with daily movements like a short walk after meals or light gardening, and the impact on your health, especially your heart, can be profound. These simple habits have been shown to reduce the risk of a heart attack in seniors. The key isn't to obsess over the number on the scale. Pay attention to your waistline breathing and heart rate after physical activity. Those are the indicators that truly reflect how your heart is doing. Trigger 5. Smoking, it's not just killing your lungs, it's suffocating your heart. Early in my career, I used to think smoking mainly was harmful to the lungs. But after witnessing hundreds of emergency cases involving a heart attack, I realized smoking is one of the most dangerous threats to your cardiovascular system, even for people who are still young. Every time you smoke, thousands of chemicals, including nicotine and carbon monoxide, enter your bloodstream. These substances damage the inner lining of your arteries, trigger inflammation, accelerate plaque buildup, and increase your blood's tendency to clot. Altogether, this creates the perfect storm for a heart attack. What's even more alarming is that the harm doesn't stop with the smoker. Loved ones who share the same living space and breathe in secondhand smoke also face a significantly higher risk of heart disease, stroke, and high blood pressure, especially among older adults whose circulatory systems are already more fragile. I once had a 70-year-old patient who had never smoked a single cigarette in her life, but her husband had been a heavy smoker for over 40 years. She came to the clinic with constant shortness of breath and fatigue, and when we examined her, the damage to her blood vessels looked just like that of a long-time smoker. She was an actual case of passive smoking. The good news is that once you quit, your body starts healing almost immediately. Within 24 hours, blood pressure and heart rate begin to drop. After a few weeks, circulation improves. And after several months to a few years, the risk of a heart attack drops dramatically, nearly reaching the level of someone who never smoked. If you're still smoking, start small. Cut down the number of cigarettes each day. Avoid lighting up when you're stressed and seek support from your family or a smoking cessation group. It's an arduous journey, but it's also the greatest gift you can give your heart and the people you love. A heart attack is never truly random. It's the result of things we often brush off: a growing waistline, a slightly rising blood sugar level each month, and a wave of fatigue after meals that we blame on getting older. But when all of these show up together, type 2 diabetes, high blood pressure, obesity, smoking, and metabolic syndrome, it's no longer just a warning, it's a countdown to heart disease. What I would like you to take away from this isn't fear, it's hope. Because every one of these silent killers can be changed if you choose to start today. And if you've made it this far, if something in this video made you stay and watch, then the following video will take you even further. It's packed with simple habits that could save your heart. Don't scroll away. Your heart deserves that chance.